Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're all doing amazing. So let's get right into your twin flame reading. Let's see what the energies are surrounding your connection. I'll keep shuffling for a bit. What are the energies surrounding your connection? What's going on within your twin flame connection? Can we please gain insight? There's one. Okay, these are calling for you. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Temperance. And we have the Page of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is that your connection is, I want to say, like leveling up. With the Pentacles, I'm really getting the sense that there's more security. And although that may seem difficult to believe or feel, like the universe is shifting things to allow you to feel this security in knowing that despite what's happening, whether you're in separation, whether you're in communication or not, you're getting the sense of, I know this is the connection. I know that they are the one. You may not like the circumstances, or you may not be liking the situation, but I'm really getting with the Pentacles is that it's like a grounding energy. It's like grounding the energy of your connection into the planet. Like the universe is planting your connection deep into the ground. So what that means is stability. So it's like that's like stability may not always appear in the sense that we as twin flames need it to be. So, stability, you're hoping, oh, okay, my twin flame's going to commit, move forward, really move this connection forward. But that could happen. But what I'm getting more of, it's energetically being grounded so that you just have this knowing that you know for certain that this connection means something deeper than just being together, means something more than just having a romantic partner, more than, physical intimacy, more than just saying I love you. The energy that I'm getting is like really grounding. And what I'm really hearing is the word solidifying. So that's the energy. So when we're in that energy, it's like you can't help but know, despite what's happening, despite whatever situation you're experiencing in your connection, there's a part of you that has this knowing that this is the person, this is my person. And despite what the outcome is, you know that this is your person. So that's what I'm really getting. So I'm really getting, like, from the Knight of Pentacles going to the King of Pentacles, that there is this leveling up. Your twin flame is still keeping their heart to themselves. They're not being so forthcoming with their emotions. They may not be expressing to you everything that's in their heart, they're still kind of keeping their heart close to their chest. But they do see your connection as something unique, something that they can't seem to let go of. You can see how they're both holding on to their pentacle. So they're holding on to their heart. They're holding on to this connection and they're protecting it. So what I'm really hearing is that some of them may not be able to move forward. Some of them may not be able to communicate to you because they're keeping your connection protected. Because, for example, reaching out to you when it's not the right time could potentially break things apart, fall apart, destroy the new foundation, and they're not able to reach out to you because they're protecting your connection. They're not able to be with you because they're protecting it. It's out of protection. They would rather not do anything different because that could sabotage the connection. So rather than reach out to you and say something that could potentially upset you, they're choosing not to keep the connection intact. So your twin flame is doing whatever they can to protect the connection and keep it intact. They're also, I want to say, moving into your direction, because with the Knight, I do see them as following the direction of their heart. So Knight of Pentacles isn't necessarily the fastest moving energy, but they are faced in your direction. They haven't forgot about the connection. Their heart keeps reminding them of your connection. So with the Temperance card, I'm really seeing that there is this balancing going on, balancing of the energies, whereas before it may have been very one-sided. You may have been the chaser, and I'm not saying that they're going to chase you now. It's more like the universe is stepping in so that energy is not so one-sided, which means you're going to be able to kind of release that tight grip that you have on your twin flame, and you're going to allow it to breathe. And you're not going to be in this vibration of chasing anymore. So you may be feeling differently, and it's not because you don't love your twin flame. It's not because you don't want to be together. It's not because it's not meant to be. It's because the energies are balancing. You're having this awakening to the truth of the matter, which is they are your twin flame, and nothing can possibly ever change that. Unfortunately, there's two free will. You have free will, your twin flame has free will, so that's always going to come into play. So that does impact the speed of your connection. So even though it may not seem like things are progressing, your twin flame is definitely leveling up. They're in protection mode of this connection. They're holding on to it. It's very precious to them. As you see, you're both really protecting it. It's almost like you're not really wanting to talk about it with anyone else. They're not wanting to really discuss details, to protect it, to protect the foundation of your connection, because once you share too much about it, it could outside energies can possibly affect, the connection. In the long run, it really can't. However, both you and your twin flame can be influenced by outside influences, by outside opinion, judgment. That can influence you on, where you're at on your journey, whether you want to stay on the journey or let it go. The Page of Cups, you're both being divinely guided, and it's like the universe is having this ongoing conversation with you and telling you to, relax, to trust, to have faith in something that you can't see with the 3D, with your 3D vision, but more to trust in your intuition and your third eye vision, knowing that somehow the outcome, somehow that this connection is meant to be, even if there's no physical evidence, and it is because the universe is constantly guiding you, constantly in conversation with you, with both of you. And so that's why your twin flame is really holding on to this connection, keeping it, very protective, like those eggs that are about to hatch. They're just keeping it very close to their heart. And again, they may not even be telling you this, expressing to you anything of how they feel, because they're keeping this connection and their feelings very close to their heart. They don't want to like drop that precious egg. So this connection is very, very precious. So they're keeping it very protected. So that's what the energy surrounding your connection. Let's see what's going on with you specifically. What is going on with you specifically when it comes to your twin flame? Can we please gain insight into where you are at on your journey? There's one. This one's sticking out here. Strength. Learning. So for those of you that are watching, I just want to acknowledge you for really what you've been experiencing, because I know from the Strength card that it hasn't been easy. It's challenged you to the depths of what you can possibly take. You've been tested to your utmost limits, and despite that all, you still feel love for your twin flame. And it's kind of like the universe is saying, you want this connection. How important is it to you? Or how much faith are you going to have in this connection? And you're like, my limits have been tested, and I don't know how much more I have to prove that this connection is something that I can't let go of. It's like you're telling the universe, what more do you want from me? I cannot possibly endure any more type of test, pop quiz, I refuse to take any more tests because I've been tested enough. So it's like you've been like pushed to your limits with how much you can take when it comes to your connection, when it comes to the love that you're needing to, just have for your connection. So it hasn't been easy, and that's why I really want to acknowledge all of you for this path that you're on. I was going to say path that you've chosen. Not a lot of you have actually chosen it. It kind of like this journey just kind of fell in your lap, and then like you awaken to it, and then you're like, oh, and then it's like it continues, and then you're just being constantly pushed to your limit. But like I said in the last reading, and by the way, just a reminder, all of these readings are timeless. So whenever this reading finds you, and the rest of my readings is meant for when you're supposed to receive it. So this is meant to forge you into being the light warrior of love that you are. This is what creates warriors of love, being tested, being pushed to the limit, being like, I don't know how much I can take anymore. And yet you do. We all do. We really get pushed to the limit, and we don't like it, but it's like, it's just what happens. It is part of the path. It's part of the journey. It's part of the awakening. So it's really building your strength, just like going to the gym, working out the muscles. At first, you're like, no, I can't do any more, leg presses or, sit-ups, pull-ups, lunges, whatever it is. I can't possibly do any more. But then the next time you go to work out, you end up pushing yourself just a little bit more. So I'm just using that as an example for those of us who haven't been to the gym in a while. It's other things. It's like just putting up with the everyday challenges. Like you just do it. You just take it on. And that's what you've really been doing. It's like, it's almost like, well, I don't have a choice. I can't stop loving this person for some strange reason. Just when I think I'm okay to let go, I get some reminder or some message from the universe sending me, and it just throws me back onto the path. I know. It's not fun. It's not easy. And sometimes we think that letting go of the connection is easier. No, it's not. I've tried it so many times in my own life. Letting go is actually more painful. Staying on the connection is painful, but letting go, it's like you're letting go of yourself in the sense that you're letting go of your heart. You're letting go of love. You're letting go of that part of you that believes in true love. Once you let go of your twin flame and your connection, there's no reason to believe in true love. Like, yeah, you can possibly move on with someone else, but is it going to be the same? Never. It's never the same connection as you have with your twin flame. And some people are absolutely fine with that, and more power to you. And a lot of the times, twin flames don't have a choice but to carry on, move on with another partner because of circumstance, because of death. And twin flames don't have a choice but to move on with someone else. And after a while, it gets easier to be with someone else, but that flame never completely goes away. Like decades literally can pass by and you would still remember that feeling you had with your twin flame, because the bond never breaks. Even after death, the bond doesn't break. So this connection has been really pushing your limits, pushing you, testing you like nothing else. And it's like, well, I don't have a choice. I know. But it only means that you are learning the lessons that you and your twin flame came here to learn. You agreed when you came that you would conquer fears, that you would overcome insecurities, that you would step into your power. And that's really what you and your twin flame agreed to do. And that's why it's so hard. And I'm not saying that it's supposed to be hard or that it's going to be hard forever. But I will say this. The twin flame connection is possibly the only thing that actually can motivate us and help us step out of our being powerless. The twin flame connection is the one thing that can inspire us to actually transform into who we are meant to be. And it's like separation happens because we haven't learned the lesson yet. So you're learning the lessons, and it all connects to your twin flame journey, whether it's your health or your finances or family, relatives, relationships, career, job, home life, life purpose. Whatever it is, what you're learning is impacting your connection. So think of it as every lesson learned, you get to check the box and it moves us forward. And I want to say that it's not this way for all twin flames. It's not meant to be difficult because everyone's path is different. But even the most ascended masters who were in twin flame connections had their challenges, because those challenges helped them to become ascended masters. Without these lessons, we would just be these pretty wonderful humans without any desire to awaken to their higher selves, which is perfectly fine. A lot of twin flames end up doing that. But at this time, with everything that's going on in the world needs twin flames to awaken to their power, to awaken to their strength. And that's why you're learning what you're learning. Through separation, you're learning about yourself. You're learning how to be strong, and you're learning how strong you actually are. What you've experienced, you never thought you could possibly endure. You never thought you could experience this much pain, disappointment, frustration. Nobody does. But you're learning the lessons because you are becoming the ascended master. You're becoming the master. That's what students do. Students have to learn. It's backwards because I'm recording from my laptop, but that's his learn. So I'm also getting inner child from this. You're beginning to see how your emotions, the way they're being triggered by your twin flame, do stem from your childhood experiences. Your childhood, what you experienced as a childhood, that is a pattern. That's what you may be learning right now, making that connection. Because whatever happened in the past tends to repeat in cycles. So even from past lives, what you're experiencing now is a pattern that is repeated from your past life, but it may be like a variation of it. And it's happening. It's all to learn the lessons, to see how we are actually a contributor to the situation. Once we see that, the situation no longer has power over you. So these lessons are so valuable because every time you get an aha, every time you have a breakthrough, the universe is saying, check, 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 they got it, they're doing amazing, they're acing this test. And you're like, enough with the tests, I can't do anymore, I can't possibly. I know. So what I'm hearing is that you are doing great. It may not feel like it. You're doing great when you're not feeling the greatest. Because what will come out of that is feeling much better and eventually feeling great. So the fact that you are feeling in despair, feeling hopeless, feeling depressed, lonely, sad, are all beautiful indications that you are moving towards getting the lesson, getting that check from the universe, saying, yes, they're getting it. And that's what evolution is. That's why we have these lessons, so that our soul can evolve. And that is what you and your twin flame agreed, that you would use this earthly experience to learn as much as you possibly can, to evolve and grow. Because you are the leaders. You are the forerunners of the new age that is dawning. We absolutely need you as leaders to step up, to step in your power, to maybe put your twin flame connection on pause for a second, just to let it go and really focus on being your empowered self. So that's what you're learning. Whatever it is that is you may be focusing on is helping you become empowered. When you become empowered, it empowers your connection. It empowers your twin flame. And it magnetizes you closer and closer to union. So good job, because I know that what you're going through is not easy. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be easy. We're definitely cut out for the work. Okay, so let's see where your twin flame is at on this journey. Where's your twin flame at on this journey? Okay, so that one wants to come out, and this one. Reaction. Expectation. Okay, let me just take a second and just read the energies here. Yeah. See, right away, you can see how your twin flame is holding on to your connection like it's a precious, fragile object. Your twin flame is, I want to say, like choked up about your situation. See how they're holding their throat, their chest. They are wanting to express something to you. They want to express their this growing love that they have for you, but they're like stopping themselves. They're like, but they're not speaking out. But they're holding you like you're the most precious thing. They want to keep you protected, keep this connection protected from, from the outside world. Protect it from anything that can destroy it, which is including themselves, They're holding it in one hand. And it's like it's not easy for them to not crush it. It's not easy for them to keep holding it with everything that's going on around them. Yeah. See how there's this tie. It's like a magical type of tie that is around their hands. The universe is keeping them connected to you. So as much as they may need to feel some kind of freedom or be able to just make choices and decisions on their own, they're very much, the universe is keeping them, I don't want to say limited, because they have freedom to choose what they want, but it's within parameters of your connection. So they're not really able to drift far from your connection. And they are feeling emotions that are reactions to every choice and action that you take. So every time you have a thought that, say, you're so mad at your twin flame, you just want to end things, you've had enough, they are having a reaction. They react with fear, with guilt, with feeling undeserving, feeling wrong, bad, because because you're so connected, they're having a reaction to every thought that you have. When you think loving thoughts, they have happier reactions. They feel accepted. They feel like their heart can open. So your twin flame is very much in reactive mode to your thoughts. So, you and I, we have free will to think what thoughts we want about our twin flame. But what this is saying is that for every thought we have, there is a reaction on their end. The more that we are in a negative thought pattern, the more it pushes them away, makes them feel not good enough. The more their heart just shrivels and shrinks. So just to keep in mind that because you're both very connected, your thoughts and feelings, choices and actions will trigger a reaction from your twin flame. So if you're feeling loving and positive, they will have a positive reaction to that. So that's very helpful to remember, because if ever you have any type of interaction and it's negative with them, you can go back and say, oh yeah, because yesterday I was really upset, I was mad, I was, frustrated, I was blaming them, and that's why they're having a negative reaction to you. So if it's possible, you can test it out. When you have nothing but love in your heart and then you interact with them, see what reaction you get. Because it says reaction, and I apologize, it's backwards. It says reaction. And then the next card is expectation. So what I heard from this is when I hear expectation, it's like this also is like a reaction that your twin flame has. Whenever you have an expectation of them, like, okay, it's been, how long and I haven't heard from them. Okay, they haven't replied to me. They haven't reached out to me. I haven't heard from them. I don't, like, there's an expectation of hearing from them. The way they react to this expectation is they feel the urgency, like, okay, I need to reach out. I need to say something. But that expectation in the end has a negative effect because it pushes them away. It's like they're expected to do something because you want them to do it. It's like they don't have free will. It's like, okay, you're waiting for a reply. It's like they feel it and they're like, well, but I don't want to feel forced to do anything. So then they don't reply. When we have zero expectation, and this is even in life, we manifest things easier. Expectation only leads to disappointment, because we have, when you expect something, you want it to work out in the way that you see it play out in your mind, but it never happens that way, almost ever, because the universe delivers it to us in a way that is much better than how we expected or pictured it. So they're feeling this expectation that they have to do something, and the more that you expect it, the more they're pushed, they're triggered into their fear, and it makes them run. So they're feeling like you have expectations of them. And that may also be keeping you in separation, because if you have this kind of checklist that I expect them to do this, I expect them to be like this, I expect our relationship to be like this, I expect, I want, I expect. Then you'd be like, I don't think I could do that. So I mentioned in one of my readings, or it was a Q&A, about creating your twin flame the way you want by writing down a list. For those of you that didn't see that video, years ago, my dad manifested his twin flame because we sat down, my sister and I sat down with him and wrote out all the qualities that he wants. And kid you not, he manifested her. It took maybe 5 years. He had to go outside of the country and find her. He didn't know who she was, but then he did meet her, he did manifest her. So it is possible, but when you're writing down the list, it's not to write down what you expect of them. It's, you can write down the qualities of the person, characteristics, but not to have it as, okay, I expect them to be at my beck and call 24/7. I expect them to reply to my messages within 2 minutes. Like, those are expectations, and it's just doomed for disappointment, because we're human. We cannot be like robots. Robots can be programmed to be right on time, to be very precise, to follow through with directions. But humans, we're not made to do that. So to have those expectations of a twin flame is somewhat like doesn't support the connection, in the sense that there's no room for free will. There's no room for freedom at all. So any expectations that you're having could really be keeping you in separation. And any thoughts negative that you're having, any negative emotions, could also be keeping you in separation. So that's where they are at. So they're very much they still feel the same. This connection is very, very precious to them, as what we saw in the cards earlier. So, despite whatever's going on, they still feel the same, but they are going through what they're going through on their end. And they are being just as tested as you are. May not look like it, may not feel like it, but they're going through their own challenges and their own trials and tests. But this is how masters are built, and you are a master. Yeah. We just get born into 3D life and we forget that we're masters. So we go through the lessons to remember. Where are we in the reading? Okay. We're going to check in with our inner child, and then we're going to do messages for you. We're going to check in with the inner child. How's the inner child doing? How's your inner child doing? How do they feel about your connection? How are they feeling about your twin flame? Can we please gain insight into the inner child, because we don't want to leave them behind. We don't want them feeling resentful. We don't want them feeling abandoned or rejected. So how is the inner child doing? I feel undeserving. I need to be alone right now. I am deceiving you. I can fly on my own. So your inner child is kind of wanting you to be alone, be single, be in hermit mode. Well, not single, but not be with your twin flame and not really be with anyone else. I can fly on my own. Your inner child is wanting you to be solo. Even just, you may feel frustrated having people around you, because it's your inner child wanting you to be alone, wanting alone time, because your inner child is needing, you to go within and to focus on your needs, whether they're physical needs, emotional needs, spiritual, mental, whatever it is. Your inner child is not wanting you to be with your twin flame. Your inner child saying, no, we can fly on our own. We don't need to be in love to be happy. So all of these thoughts go on in your head like, yeah, I guess I like true love is like too much of a hassle. Um, Too emotional, too this, too that. Maybe I'm better off not having true love. And your inner child's like, yeah, yes. Because your wounded inner child doesn't want to feel rejected and abandoned by you, paying all this attention to your twin flame. So your wounded inner child will convince you that you don't need them. Your inner child will convince you that you don't need your true love. And sometimes they're really convincing because you're like, yeah, I don't want to have to deal with that anymore. It's too exhausting. I don't have the energy for it. The rest of my life is like needing attention. You're right, inner child. Let's just let them go. And your inner child's like, yeah. But that's the wounded inner child talking. Because your wounded inner child is protecting you from getting your heart broken again. That's its job. Because it was wounded from previous heartbreaks, previous rejections, previous abandonments, that your inner child is protecting you both. So this ends up as being like this energetic block to your true love and your true happiness, because your inner child's saying, we don't need true love. Let's just focus on, life. And then you get distracted in life, and then you stop caring about your twin flame connection. Then the next one says, I'm deceiving you. So this is also a protection mechanism, convincing you that you're being deceived. Because as a child growing up, your trust was broken, either by an adult or a loved one or a friend, or you witnessed someone's trust being broken, or you learned and was in this conditioned belief that you can't trust anyone in the world. Someone is always lying to you. Someone is always deceiving you. So this is pretty much a program. Our inner child takes on that as a program, always being lied to, always being deceived. No one ever tells the truth. That's how we're conditioned growing up. We're conditioned to think that someone's always lying. No one is ever 100% honest. We actually learn how to lie out of, survival, to protect ourselves as children. We lie because we don't want to get punished. We don't want to be unloved, unaccepted, and so we learn to lie in order to survive. So again, this is an energy within the inner child that is convincing you that you're being deceived by your twin flame, or being deceived by anyone for that matter. So that is an energetic pattern that keeps replaying, and it just keeps repeating until we interrupt that pattern through inner work, through shadow work, through energy healing, through inner child healing. Something has to interrupt that pattern so that we're not on automatic pilot thinking, I can't trust anyone. Everyone's lying to me. Everyone's deceiving me. My twin flame's lying to me. My twin flame's deceiving me. Because when we have that pattern, you are actually creating it in your life. When we uninstall that pattern, then we are creating from a neutral space what we do want, which is harmony, balance, love, affinity, experiencing openness and vulnerability to be able to trust. So, this energy of deception is an energetic block that needs to be released and uninstalled from our programming. I need to be alone right now. Sorry, I didn't put on my glasses. I need to be alone right now. So this is pretty much the same thing as I can fly on my own. I need to be alone right now. Your inner child is doing whatever they can to convince you that you don't want people around you. I can speak from experience. My inner child just loves when I'm alone so that I don't have to be triggered by anybody. I don't have to be triggered into being angry or upset. So the inner child convinces us that it's safer to be alone. It's safer to not be in a relationship or a twin flame connection because you're safe from getting your heart broken. So this again is a pattern within the inner child, and it's due to the inner child wounds of, pain. Pain from rejection, pain from abandonment. So this energy of pain is needing to be healed and released because it's causing us to believe that we can't be in union. I know. I feel undeserving. So as a child growing up, whenever you didn't receive what you wanted, you began to doubt that you deserved it because maybe other people were getting it and you thought, well, I guess they deserve it, but I don't deserve it because I didn't get it. So whether that's something like material object or love, affection, attention, when we don't receive what we need or want, as a child, you feel undeserving. And again, that's a pattern which becomes an energetic block to actually receiving. Because when you have a block, it's from this wound of you don't feel deserving. So you're just not open to receiving what you really deserve, which is true love, true happiness, true joy. So this is what your inner child is going through. Be sure to nurture your inner child so that you can help reprogram those patterns. Talk to your inner child. Have conversations with your inner child just by going within and forming that connection, forming a connection of trust. Okay, are we almost at an hour? Yeah, okay. So let's move on. Let's get into messages from your twin flame. Messages from your twin flame. And then we'll finish off the reading. Messages from your twin flame. What do they want you to know? Messages from your twin flame. It's a lot. I'm going to reshuffle. Messages from your twin flame. Messages from your twin flame. What do they want you to know? We have a lot, so I'm just going to read them quickly for you. I am balancing my life now. This came up in the last reading. Yeah, they're working on balancing their life because they're holding your connection in one hand and they're dealing with their emotional stuff, their personal trials and challenges. So they're still working on things. They're still getting things under control. So it could be why there is a delay. It's not because they don't want to be with you. It's because they are still working on balance. I know you are the one. because the universe keeps telling them, and they feel it. I want to give you what you deserve. They know that you haven't received the love that you deserve, and they know that they are the ones that can give it to you because you were made for each other. So they know how to love you the way you've always wanted to be loved. But it also, their love is a reflection of your self-love. So it's very important to keep that in mind. I feel liberated. So this is a very positive indication that, you know, they are feeling freer to make better decisions. They feel freer to move forward in their lives, which will help them move forward in your connection. I understand, I have compassion for you. So they're saying, yeah, I know you're thinking negatively about me. I know you're hating me right now. I know you're frustrated. They get it. And they have nothing but compassion and understanding. Because they know as well as you do that this is the most challenging thing that you could ever experience. You know, to keep loving someone despite it all. Like normally, like no one would be able to go through what you've gone through. So they get it, and they have compassion for you, and they know why you're doing what you're doing. They know why you're behaving the way you are. They know why you're experiencing things, or they know how you're being is because of what you're experiencing. So they get it. I give you my heart. And they only have one heart, so they give it to you. You are the one that they're giving their heart to. I choose us. I'm in my power now. So they're feeling more confident and secure with certain things, which is a very positive indication, because once they step into their power, you know, things will definitely start shifting in your connection. I feel you close. So even if you're miles apart, even if you haven't connected in a long time, they still feel you close. And I do miss you. So if you're wondering, they want you to know that they do miss you, even if it doesn't seem like it. They do. So let's see what is the outcome for your connection. I'm going to use some tarot. Outcome for your connection, like what's coming up for you. What's coming up for you within the month? What's coming up for you and your twin flame connection within the month? Take one more. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I love it. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles. Like this, even the earlier cards were Pentacles. And we have the Three of Cups. So I love seeing the Nine of Pentacles, because that is like, that's a card of abundance. It's a card of prosperity. It's a card of like fulfillment. So this could very well be that either one of you or both of you are achieving some kind of success. That could be in your finances, career, job, work, more money coming in, extra money coming in, surprise money coming in. And what I'm getting is that you're both going to be in this better, I want to say like better mood when it comes to your connection, but it's because you're in a higher vibration. This is definitely a card of being able to receive. So whatever you're going through now, you're really shifting through the energies, and like blocks are being released so that you can receive this abundance. You can receive this recognition, being awarded. The universe is rewarding you. So you could very well be connecting more with your twin flame. And with the 5 and 6 of Pentacles, yeah, like the universe is going to be more generous with you coming up. And that could mean like giving you guys a break, giving you some time to connect, giving you some space to breathe so that you can have love in your connection, whether that's through communicating or actually coming together. The universe is giving you some leeway here because, you know, like you've been feeling left out in the, like you've been, yeah, feeling like rejected, feeling unsatisfied, unfulfilled. So the universe is acknowledging that and giving you some space to breathe and to experience some joy. So again, it could be in your connection, it could be in some other area of life that will really bring you joy, to really raise your vibration. And with the 3 of Cups, I always see this in my readings, in twin flame readings, as reunion. Because 3 of Cups to me is celebration of love. So if any of you are getting married anytime soon, please comment and let me know so that we all can celebrate your union. So this could very well be union. This could very well be a wedding, a celebration of love. Maybe you and your twin flame are going to a wedding together. So this is a beautiful indication that what's coming up for you is more breathing space, more breathing room to just enjoy your connection and not to have to struggle and fight with it and be dissatisfied and frustrated. This is really the universe saying, okay, you have a free period. Like, you know, in school where you have all these classes and then you get like a free period just to fool around or have fun or just take a break. That's what I really see is coming up for you. Because again, you've been going through challenge after challenge and disappointment after disappointment. The universe is really like balancing the situation that we saw earlier with the Temperance card, because it can't all be disappointment and dissatisfaction. So I love that, you know, we're ending off with this because it's only to say that great things are coming for you. So affirm it and create it, be in that high vibration, because that's what will magnetize it more to you. Think loving thoughts of your twin flame. Send loving thoughts to your inner child, and really focus on what you do want. Get in alignment with what you want. Get in alignment with who you truly are, which is aligning with your higher self. And that's what we really go over in my 12-week online course, as I plug that. I'd love for you to join me, where we go over steps and techniques on how to step into our power, into our alignment, so that we attract union in the outer world, because we have inner union within. So please do message me for that, on how to purchase the online course. It would be my honor to work with you. Included in the online course, you receive an inner child healing, which values at $390. So you get that included in the course. So please do let me know. And for those of you just interested in the inner child healings, they are on promo for $295. You get 2 sessions. 2 sessions are required. And so please do message me for that. If this reading resonated, please message me for a personal private reading, where I'd be happy to go more in depth into your specific situation, on what you need to do, how they're feeling, what they want. Because again, these readings are just general. So please do book your personal private twin flame reading with me while I'm still able to do them, and I'd be happy to do a reading for you. So I really hope you enjoyed this twin flame reading. Again, thank you so very much for spending your time with me. It's always a pleasure having you spend your time with me. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe and like if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram, where I do posts daily. And I'm just so honored and thankful to have you together on this journey to oneness, wholeness, and love. So again, I want to thank you all so very much. And until next time, I'm wishing you all so much love and peace.